evening, I'm Brett Baer. President Obama today said he is confident the Supreme Court will uphold his health care overhaul because he said experts insist it is legal. The president also went after conservatives today, suggesting he's ready for a fight over his signature achievement. Chief White House correspondent Ed Henry has the story.
In his first public comments after the Supreme Court's oral arguments on his health care law, President Obama vowed he will prevail, but is spoiling for a fight with a conservative court if he loses.
I'm confident that the Supreme Court will not take what would be an unprecedented, extraordinary step of overturning a law that was passed by a strong majority of a democratically elected Congress.
In fact, the law passed with only Democratic votes and no Republican support in both chambers, 219 to 212 in the House and 60 to 39 in the Senate. Yet putting on his former constitutional law professor hat in the Rose Garden at the end of a summit with the leaders of Canada and Mexico, the president answered a question about the fate of the law by signaling he's ready to call out the right if Chief Justice John Roberts and his colleagues do not side with the administration.
I just remind conservative commentators that for years what we've heard is the biggest problem on the bench was judicial activism or a lack of judicial restraint. An unelected group of people would somehow overturn a duly constituted and passed law.
This president has clashed with this court before, taking the extraordinary step of using his State of the Union 2 years ago to call out justices in the audience over the Citizens United campaign finance decision.
The Supreme Court reversed a century of law that I believe will open the floodgates for special interests.
Back then, Justice Samuel Alito noticeably shook his head and blurted, "Not true." Today, the president tried a softer approach.
I think the justices should understand that in the absence of an individual mandate, you cannot have a mechanism to ensure that people with pre-existing conditions can actually get health care.
An aide to Speaker John Boehner tonight firing back that by the president's standard, Republicans may now be able to say that the Ryan budget passed with a strong majority in a democratically elected Congress. Brett?
Ed Henry, live on the North Lawn. Ed